Frankie, you may notice today that we don't have any Macs in the circle of Macs that usually reflect the Macs we're going to review. That's because today we're celebrating something very special. We're celebrating 50,000 views on one of our episodes of BoxMac. We're going to have a very special episode in which we take a look at some of the comments and feedback today on BoxMac After Hours. It's night out, you can see.
Something special happened to our little BoxMac show.
Very special.
A Reddit user by the name of Hank Gribble posted the show under /r/videos.
Oh, yes.
And it stayed on the front page.
The front page.
Of videos.
Of videos. Not of everything. We don't need to get too excited.
No. For about 13, 14 hours.
That's pretty amazing.
It maintained a number 12 spot around.
Whoa.
And now it's tanked.
Sure.
You've got to go
That's
to
the way it goes.
17th page or so
Yeah.
to get to it. But in that time, the video that he posted was the first part of our Canadian versus Mac series.
Yeah, one of my favorite episodes.
And in that time, it got 53,000 hits.
53,000 hits.
And the tide rose the hits of all of our other videos. There's not one video in all of BoxMac that is below 1,000 views at this point.
That's really amazing. That joke in the Halloween episode is now like really, seems really out of place.
It might not quite work.
Yeah.
Less than 300 hits on YouTube. Some days it just feels hopeless.
So, man, we've got a lot of feedback from you. We have
A lot of comments.
We have people who, you know, as the hipsters say, thought it was cool before it got popular.
Yeah. We definitely had some fans, Frankie. Let us not disregard the fans that we had before we became famous.
Now that we're huge, not just in stature.
Yeah, not just.
I got a lot of comments to sort through here.
Sure.
One episode where the Holomax takes a step back.
I feel I'm a little uneasy about it.
Yeah.
I want to get some boil roiling, and I can't because we're just talking.
Do you want to do it anyway? No, just boil water and we'll do this.
What, we don't have any. There's no Max in the circle.
Doesn't matter. Just boil water.
All right.
Just so we don't feel weird. All right. So starting with. John looks like John Candy. This is something that we've received now from countless people.
Countless.
From before it was popular until now.
I really do. Do I look like, objectively, from your perspective, do I look like John Candy?
I can see how you give a John Candy vibe.
Yeah. I don't think I look particularly like him, though. No,
I mean, I guess big guys kind of look alike, you know, in some...
What's that? Is this some kind of like...
Look, he has more to do.
I gotta get the other pan. I mean, we can't just boil one pan of water. What do you think this is?
There's a lot of nice comments.
Yeah?
There's a lot of not nice comments.
Well, sure. I mean, you know, it's Reddit. You should expect at least 80% of the comments to be pretty, like, you know...
A lot of comments.
The...
A lot of comments about our general overweightness.
Oh, yeah, well...
more geared towards you than to me, but
clearly.
I got my share as well.
Yeah.
A morbidly obese man, a chubby neckbeard, and a pasty skinny dude. They're talking about Adam, the Canadian.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Poor guy. He didn't even really want to be on the show. Kind of strong-armed.
Yeah, well, yeah. It's true, he did.
Fundamental building blocks for any nerdy group. Now, I take issue with this for a couple of reasons.
Really, I thought that was pretty funny. I read that. I thought it was actually pretty comical.
You got a much better...
Because it's kind of right. I mean, you know, if you think about a standard nerd group, you got the really skinny, like pale one. You got and you got the neckbeard. You in personality, you're not that at all, but.
I have a beard.
Yeah, and
there is none on the neck.
I have to check. I don't.
Go ahead. It's a little patchy down there.
Did you trim intentionally for BoxMac today?
This is about what it normally is.
Okay.
It's not. Look, it's not on the neck. Doesn't it need to be all below the chin? The whole hair needs to be below the chin. And then I'd also have to have a fedora, trench coat, tipping hats, and be somewhere on the spectrum. Which I'm not really on the spectrum.
A neckbeard does not mean you have to have a fedora. You can just have the neckbeard.
It's part of the thing.
Yeah, that's like advanced neckbeard.
Acne at any age.
Acne at any age. Yeah, some people do suffer with acne at every age. It's a very serious issue, and we do not mean to belittle you because probably 18% of our fans, 50,000 people,
are horrible neckbeards. The other issue that I take is... I
didn't turn on the...
Yeah, why don't you go ahead and boil those up?
It's completely useless. I'm still going to do it.
The other issue that I have is Adam... is not part of a group that I belong to.
No.
Adam and I aren't friends.
No.
Friends. We have mutual friends.
Yeah.
But we don't talk or hang out.
You seem to be really taking a lot of issue with this.
Well, it's just inaccurate.
Yeah. Frankie is nothing if not a paragon of accurateness.
Yeah. He wanted to get his little joke in.
Yeah.
You did it.
Look, sir, I thought it was funny, all right? Or ma'am, probably sir.
All right,
Probably
number
sir.
2.
Yeah.
And this took up most of the thread.
Okay.
Huge argument about Annie's.
All right.
And I do think that it's necessary that we take some credence
Look,
here.
I don't know what to tell you people. Every box I've had has not been good.
But we've only demonstrated one box being bad, and that was the organics.
Yeah.
And if I recall, we complained that it tasted like buttery noodles.
Annie's. It has a little bit of a real cheese flavor to it. It's still, it's not that creamy though. Neither of these are really impressing me all that much.
They're telling us that we got to try this sharp aged cheddar thing.
Didn't we have one more on the show though?
Nope.
Really?
I verified.
You verified. You went back into the great annals.
It almost ended up in the gluten-free.
We've had Annie's lots of times and we've never liked it. So.
I've purchased 6 different Annies. We're gonna have a show called "Shut Up About Annies," and
I like it.
And we're gonna do.
That's gonna be a lot of fun.
One guy agreed about baked mac and cheese.
Yeah.
That you don't want to dry it out.
That's right.
Appreciated his comment.
I was just watching today. I was watching a YouTube video on how to make macaroni and cheese. They made a beautiful cheese sauce, real macaroni and cheese, not our boxed fantasy here. They made a wonderful cheese sauce, like a wonderful white sauce, and then they put it in the oven. Why?
And ruined it.
Yeah, and ruined it. And
it was ready to be eaten.
Yeah, I'm not going to get into it, but you're wrong. You're wrong.
People heard that you didn't have an AC.
I don't.
And they wanted to help you out with that.
All right. Well, you can send me a $3,700 check. Contact Frankie on and I'll get that installed, folks. No,
but I am basically your publicist, by the way, because you don't really engage with the people much.
No.
I do. And when you're talking to us, you're talking to me.
Yeah, that's right.
For the most part.
You're not talking to Adam. You're not talking to anybody. You're talking to
No,
Frankie.
you're definitely not talking. I don't talk to Adam.
No.
Copy Tech 36 said,
Yeah.
Big dude like that in a house with no AC? Doubt it.
Doubt it. Well, it's a fact, folks. Let me tell you, if you don't have AC, you get used to not having AC, and it's not nearly as bad. Let me tell you, there was only a couple nights this year. It doesn't get as hot here as it gets in Texas. We only got up to like 88 this year. So.
Nikolai Kabubulin responded to him and said, stank. He's implying that because of your size and the heat, you'll eventually start to smell. I've been friends with John Hunt for 16 years.
16 years.
And he has never, ever had a hygiene problem. Just to be clear on that.
I installed an extra large shower, not because I'm also extra large, but I am, but because I like to be extra clean. And, you know,
show us. Keep twisting.
Keep twisting. I can do these Iroquois, one high, yeah, two high, you know, Mr. Burns, you know, Simpsons, anyway.
Lots of people saying that they binge watched. You know, have you ever binge watched a television show before? You never have?
Oh, no, I have. Downton Abbey. Downton Abbey, I always
just the one?
That's really it. No, I've done it with BoJack Horseman too, and that's about it. Rick and Morty season 1.
How does it feel to have produced a show that people binge watch?
I think it's the new way of consuming media. I think it's not you have to aim your show at that. It's just the way people consume.
It's exciting.
I'm really happy about it. I'm glad folks love the show. That's what I'm most excited about.
So when we release every Sunday, the appointment viewing of it is kind of almost doesn't matter.
Yeah. I mean, if they want, they can tune in on Sunday evenings and it'll be there. But if not, well,
we just do that. We just do that so that you don't miss them. Like imagine if we uploaded 5 at a time, you'd miss. You wouldn't even know which ones were new. Which
That's
ones were
right.
Old.
Yeah.
It's really just to protect you from yourself.
Yeah. That's what we tell ourselves.
Some Canadians were upset that we didn't put ketchup on the KD. Which
that is ridiculous.
Which
it's going to taste like ketchup.
I agree. Adam commented while we were doing it that some Canadians do that.
Frankie, maybe we need to try that out because not only that, if I may go into the archive of macaroni and cheeses here, there was a Kraft dinner. We still have some Kraft dinner in stock in the Hall of Macs.
Plenty left.
This is cheese and tomato Kraft dinner. That maybe you don't have to add the ketchup. Maybe the flavor's already there.
Toss some ketchup.
Maybe we need to give it a try sometime. We'll keep it in mind.
And others suggested things like a dollop of sour cream or cottage cheese.
Oh, that sounds great, actually.
Well, you know, I think you've told me that like some food service Macs put sour cream in there already.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, well, it's a great stabilizer. It holds really well, and it tastes really good. Cottage cheese, I'm not so sure about, but sour cream, sure.
Here's something somebody said.
All right.
A lot of this is in the interest of accuracy.
Okay.
You know,
okay.
We're
trying to dispel myths. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this. I'm pretty sure this channel is sponsored by Kraft. There is a Kraft product in almost every episode, and before you say no, just check out who the parent company is of most of the other brands. Hint: it starts with a K. You're a f***ing idiot.
Is that what it says?
That's what the dude's saying.
I didn't see this comment.
No, We would love a corporate sponsorship, okay? We've been getting like 30 views an episode up to this point. We pursued the Rapid Mac because they were kind of our quirky, fun episode, and they were interested, but then never got back to me. And we pursued OXO, and they also were uninterested. So Kraft, why would Kraft, giant Kraft, reach out to John about
Full disclosure, Frankie, I do own a lot of stock in the Kraft Corporation.
You do, actually?
Yes, I do actually own many thousands of dollars worth of Kraft stock.
But you're not telling me that
Kraft Heinz now.
You're not telling me that motivates.
No, I actually bought the stock because the macaroni and cheese is really good.
Well, have you made any money off of it?
Oh yeah, quite a bit. Because it's not interesting. You'll cut it out, but. But Kraft and Heinz joined together became Kraft Heinz.
Yes.
And you got a one-time payment of, in my case, it was like $3,900 for doing nothing, for just holding their stock. So
wow.
It was great. I used it to buy another stock. Good stuff.
A lot of people thought that my nipple was bleeding.
Oh, right here? Do you want to get a close-up so people know that your nipple is not bleeding?
My nipple wasn't bleeding then. It wasn't bleeding on any episode.
I have seen...
That is a Red Cow. We have a little production company here called Red Cow Entertainment.
Yeah.
You want to tell them why it's called that? Because I don't know.
I don't know either.
I remember when I first met John, I was 14, he was 19. And I would come over the house and find boxes, camera equipment, microphones, that sort of thing. And it would say his address, his name, and Red Cow Entertainment. And I was like, oh, is that the company? And he was like, yeah, Mo. And then that was it from that point on.
Yeah, I always liked cows. Cows are a fun thing, right? And actually, I can tell you a little story if you're interested.
I am.
The origin of the interest actually comes from Newport Creamery's logo, which used to be a side view of a cow, which looks a little bit like ours. No infringement. It stuck.
So that's it.
Yeah.
Comments included, is it my phone or does the guy on the left have an issue with the bleeding nipple? Why is
his phone?
Why is his nipple bleeding? That dude on the left, is his nipple bleeding?
A lot of people seem to have this concern. Look, if you want to see pictures of nipples bleeding, there are some you can go see online, and they are gross. But ill-prepared runners, it seems to be a serious problem.
Yeah.
And it doesn't look like this. First of all, blood is not that color once it like gets onto a yellow shirt. So do your homework, people.
Long distance running. If you have the wrong kind of shirt and you go for a long time, there's a lot of moisture underneath. It'll almost.
Could you just tape up though?
People do that. Yeah, people do that.
Seems like the logical thing to do to me, but. Yeah.
Here's a really nice comment. It's 4:55 a.m. on the west coast of Canada.
Canada.
My boyfriend glanced over my shoulder as I watched this. Now he's walking to the store for Kraft dinner. Best night ever. Oh, you won.
Wouldn't it be tragic if, like, on the way to the store, he got hit by a car,
and then you wouldn't get anything in your Kraft stock?
No, not only that, but it was our fault indirectly through an elaborate series of events.
I couldn't live with it.
No, sure.
You're gonna salt the water?
Sure, why not?
All right, yeah. Why don't you do that? The production value is what impressed me.
Oh, yeah?
You have to give it up to guys who are willing to put that level of effort into something that less than 1,000 people will watch. Hopefully this will spike their views. They deserve it.
Hey.
We've got nice cameras.
Yeah.
Because we're filmmaers outside of this. We make feature-length films and
go check them out.
Lots of other things, if you couldn't tell from the Halloween episode alone. And then I actually put quite a bit of effort into the audio editing.
Yeah, you do a great job on the editing. Frankie does all the editing because I am too lazy and I'm not as funny as he is.
But he is. It's just a different funny. It doesn't apply to the edit. John's just a little busy with that. I'll keep reading.
Putting a teaspoon of salt.
Jesus, that guy on the left, that was me in the video.
Sure.
Needs to do some posture exercises.
You need to do posture exercises.
And I challenged him on that to say, what are you talking about? And he said, don't mean any offense by it, but your head seems very far forward to me. It's a fairly common issue, which can be fixed quite easily with stretches and exercises for 10 minutes a day after a couple weeks. I went through the same thing, but hey, good video. I watched 6 or 7 others after they're surprisingly interesting, even though I've only eaten mac and cheese for the first time recently.
Maybe he's a chiropractor. I mean, have you taken his advice to heart? Are you gonna like do some exercises?
You tell me. You hang out with me a lot. Do I look? Is it the camera? Is it the lensing? Do I look messed up?
You don't look messed up, but stand up straight here. Yeah, your hair is pretty far forward. If I can,
please.
lay hands. You want to be like.
Oh, that's painful.
Yeah, because your back muscles aren't used to it. I mean, even me, despite my copious form, I still have quite good posture. I'm make sure your back is bending, because if you're kind of like hunched over just a little bit.
I blame taking long bus rides every day and heavy backpacks for most of my life.
That should do it. Frankie, I hate to interrupt you. I got this water boiling. What the hell am I going to do with it?
Why don't you keep it boiling?
All right.
And why don't you dump it out now and start bowling it out?
Okay.
Okay, we weren't the only ones who got crap
Sure.
for the way we look. The beautiful Nina Shaleski
What?
got some shit as well.
She's by far, if I may, everyone who's been on BoxMac, the most attractive member of BoxMac.
Alex Penna says, she looks like she's about to collapse. Imagine living with some girl that is vegan. It's worse than hell.
Frankie, you live with a girl who is vegan. Is it worse than hell?
It's pretty great.
I don't know what people's problem is. Well, maybe this gentle person.
Can you imagine the cow of a wife this guy's got, if anything?
Maybe they just prefer. Maybe they like a little, a little jiggle in the wiggle.
Which is fine, you know.
Sure.
But look, there's, do you mind me saying your weight on camera? She's like 130 at 5'5". That is not somebody about, now, is she pale? Yes.
Nothing wrong with pale. Pale skin, I actually find it quite attractive.
Yeah, I mean, she, yeah, I got a little thing for, if you're like a little emo, I'm kind of into it, personally. Azim Gigi says she honestly looks sickly. She could really use a cheeseburger. Now, this is just an idiot.
Of all the things Nina needs, a cheeseburger is not one.
These are people who think that you go lifeless and cold, kind of like those Ursula's creatures in Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
You just go limped up if you only eat vegetables and fruits, even though lots of animals and even mammals.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it at all. I think it's
they've been lied to their whole lives, and they're freaking morons.
Nobody needs a cheeseburger.
No.
Honestly.
Everybody wants a cheeseburger.
I don't even really want a cheeseburger. I've been eating so much less beef lately that I really, it's appealing to me less and less.
We're, none of their business, but we're giving weight loss a big try right now. A couple of people made some really good puns.
Puns? All right, you have some puns in stock for me?
Well, we talked about Minecraft on one of the shows.
Yeah.
And they spelled it with a K. Minecraft.
That's very cute. Good for you.
How we didn't make that joke right then and there.
I know. It's a text joke. It's not really a joke you can make in video.
And then Warcraft with a K.
Warcraft. I see.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how to apply that one, but let's put it in the bank and pull it out when we need it.
Yeah, exactly.
Lots of people surprised that the content is as good as it is for the production quality. This is something I actually really like in art.
Yeah.
Which is when you collide the visceral with the intellectual. You take something that's kind of scatological or lowbrow, and you combine it with something that doesn't deserve that amount of...
You're absolutely right.
I think it makes really good art.
It does. I mean, we don't have to break down the art of this show, but yeah, I mean, I do actually know quite a bit about cooking and food production and all this stuff, and I can actually cook. And but that's part of the joke, right? That's part of the funny.
And actually, you know what? It's a good time to mention that XX Drew 333XXX. What kind of wild porn star is this?
Yeah.
He says, with each new episode, I realize more and more that this series is not a parody at all. So I think what he's saying is that these guys are dead serious about this mac and cheese. Now, I would say that, just to be clear, to clear up the tone, we know that this is a comedy series. We are producing we're producing a comedy series.
Yeah.
That said, John does know a lot about food service, food production, and most of the times when he speaks, he's not kidding. He knows he's being funny, but he's not kidding.
I'm not trying to fool you. I do actually know a lot of things.
I know you're very stupid.
Yeah.
But can you?
That's really good. Those viewers are really gonna stay now that we call them all stupid.
Can you next time you're showering, just ponder that two things can be a little different and still coexist. Whoa. It's possible. Also, a lot of people who say they've never had mac and cheese before.
Yeah, that's interesting to me. I mean, maybe they live in Argentina where they don't have macaroni and cheese. It could be.
Well,
I mean,
don't cry for them.
All right, I won't. I like it. That's a good pun.
Matt N. says this, ellipses. He gets kind of dramatic.
All right.
This. Is one of the best cooking series I've ever seen.
Ooh.
And it's about boxed mac and cheese.
That's right.
Ellipses. What? And lost for words, dear sirs. Bravo.
Do you have the text of this here?
It's at the very top.
All right, I'm going to do a dramatic reading. This is one of the best cooking series I've ever seen. And it's about boxed macaroni and cheese. I'm lost for words, dear sirs. Bravo.
That's the kind of acting you get with John Hunt. That's what we were dealing with all day on the Halloween shoot.
C-list.
James Underwood says the production value is off the charts. I think it's pretty good. Off the charts might
I wouldn't call it off the charts, folks. Look, I'm not gonna, we're in my tiny little kitchen in my 480 square foot home. And we got two cameras, one of which we used, 2 movies ago, and one, it's your own personal camera.
Little documentary cam.
Yeah, we got a couple mics we bought what, you know, for a
15
movie,
years ago.
yeah, a couple wireless Sennheisers. I appreciate it, but it's not. It could get a lot better. We could do better.
It's very nice.
Yeah.
We do, the cinematographer, the preferred one is EJ, who actually does this for a living.
Sure.
But when he's not around...
We've had a couple people help us. We've had Zach and Alex and Nina, of course.
It's really anybody who just can.
Yeah, anybody who can. So,
Like right now, Nina is both listening to the audio and shooting it. You've seen people in the other, we do a 2-camera shoot.
Yeah.
You've seen the cam ops sometimes move
Yeah.
into that shot. And people have told me that's distracting. I thought it was kind of stylistic at times.
I think it is stylistic. It makes it feel a little bit to me like we're running like a news show or something.
what I thought.
You know, like
You know,
live TV.
you're in the studio.
Yeah, you're in the studio, in the actor's kitchen.
And EJ, of all of the cinematographers, moves so closely most of the
Yeah,
time
yep.
that there's no editing it out anyway. So
Yeah, yep.
Somebody else says, why am I so entertained by dudes cooking mac and cheese? IDK, but I like it.
I think you need to do some more self-analysis about why you find things funny. It could really be an enlightening experience for you.
Maybe shoot a little video, send it to us. We'll air it.
Yeah.
This, ellipses. This is a show about macaroni and cheese. Where have you been all my life? I don't know how I lived without this, but now that I know about it, I need it. This is incredible. I can die happy knowing this is a thing.
Well, thank you. That's so flattering.
I told him, welcome to heaven. And this was on, we did a little commercial spot for the Halloween show that mimicked 90s.
Oh, I love that. That was so great.
I'm actually quite proud of that. And Maria Perez said, your guys' editing skills are mind-blowing.
Mind-blowing.
Yeah. All right, we've got some common viewers, people who tend to comment on most shows or multiple shows.
Yeah.
Or,
common viewers.
our friend, you know.
These are our common viewers.
This is like basically our groupies. At this
Okay.
point.
We have groupies?
Yeah, people who I see all the time.
I wonder if I know any of them.
Well, some of them we know in real life, some of them I don't know at all. They're from the internet.
Sure.
Corbin Johnson.
Yeah, he works with me. He's a coworker.
Okay, I didn't know that. Sam Crimmins, he works with EJ.
Yeah, I don't know him.
Now
Thanks,
we're getting into the internet.
Sure.
Kitty Friend.
Kitty friend.
Kitty Friend.
I'm a friend to cats as well.
Joseph Earp. He's Australian, and he sent us Australian Macs.
Yeah, we have those.
Frodo Beggins.
Ah, I see.
Rebecca Parrish. Looks like a young lady. She says that you're her, basically her soulmate.
Why am I?
This is when she like watches Junt's cart. I think maybe she thinks like you while she's shopping.
Yeah.
Andrew Nissen. Heather Hart. I think she might be related to Gary, crew member Gary.
Is that Gary's? I think it's Gary's sister. Yeah.
She said it was her goal to be on this someday.
That's right. She did want to be on, and we're actually working on that.
Mix Master Olivia. This is, I believe, an internet rando. But very, very supportive of us. Has checked out EJ's channel.
Yep.
One comment. This is like a snarky person, you know, very supportive but real snarky. He's like, hey.
There are people like that.
You know what I mean?
Like I totally support what you're doing, but it kind of sucks in these subtle ways.
Yeah, it feels that way.
Probably not even a dude.
I don't know. Mix Master implies male. Olivia very much implies female. I'm going to go with female.
Yeah, I am too.
Andrew Allen. Caitlin Matthews.
Sure.
TJ Dozer Barnes.
Wow, what a name.
A YouTube channel called Trailer Revisions.
Okay.
Yano Lala.
All right.
Paul Welsh.
Oh.
John O'Brien. He was
of course.
He was an actor in I Need to Lose 10 Pounds.
Yep. You gonna insert a clip of him right here?
Sure.
Right about here.
Here.
I said get out.
He's another one of these supportive yet snarky sort of.
Yeah.
He writes with a lot of ellipses as well.
Yeah.
Like everything's an open-ended thought.
Yeah.
Like, hey,
dot.
blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. Jessica and Caden St. Laurent. Now that's
Of the famous St. Lawrence.
Aaron St. Laurent will be a co-host any minute now.
Any second.
He's a Red Cow family member.
Yes.
But his sister and her son watch every Sunday religiously.
Oh, good for them.
She told me an anecdote
That's wonderful.
in which Caden was playing Warcraft or something like that online, and she overheard him talking to a little friend who was like, "Oh yeah, those BoxMac guys, I know them. I could get an autograph if I wanted to."
You can. You could. We'll do autographs. Sure. Why not?
Come over right now.
Yeah. Come over. Come on up.
Jeff Hibbert. This is somebody who's followed Red Cow stuff for a long time.
Yeah.
I don't know him personally, but I think he went to school with Will.
Yep.
J.R. Molina. I believe this is somebody who saw Having Fun up there at the Austin Film Festival. Zach and Maria Maxwell, co-workers of mine, also have a baby, and they're interested in having the baby on the show.
Ah, look at that. You ask for a baby, you get a baby.
Matt Gabriel, who played David E. Kelly in a school play of ours. What I'm told are our biggest Canadian fans, Heather Van Weerden and Russell Holly.
Oh, where are they from? Do you know?
I don't know. Ontario? They sent us some KD Smart to clear up the whole...
It's right here, and we'll definitely be getting to that. Look at this beautiful paper and everything. I'm very excited.
I want to read off people who bought T-shirts.
Oh, wow.
Because we've had...
Supporters.
You can buy a T-shirt.
A walking advertisement for BoxMac, and I appreciate it.
Russell Holly was one. I just mentioned him from Canada. Jonathan Long, Jonathan Sintz, Steve Carpenter. That's Hannah's brother.
2 Jonathans bought it? That's a little weird, isn't it? Because I'm named Jonathan.
Right.
No, maybe. No.
Well, and John Candy is a John. Tyler Newman, Ben Chrysler, who we'll get to in a minute. And Fernando Castro, who's a coworker of Emily's.
Fernando Castro.
FDSH1. He wanted to know what the end credits music was every episode.
Sure. What is it?
The piece is titled Andante Allegro from Oboe Concerto No. 4 in F from the London Symphony. I got the song from when I was in high school. I took a video editing class. And they made us do this thing where we had to do continuity editing of foliage.
That's right.
And they gave us stock music to cut it to.
And this was the stock music?
Yeah, and I had it on VHS, and I ripped it from VHS. And that's what you're hearing every time.
That's lovely.
A rip from that video.
I'm amazed that you knew what it is. Did you like Shazam it?
I used Shazam. We got this one just a minute ago, and I thought I'd include it.
Sure.
Nathan Delvik says, this show is awesome and so well done. And then there's 2 questions. We got to answer them.
Sure. Number 1.
Question number 1. I personally don't add salt to my water, although I add a little butter to keep the noodles from sticking, which is full of salt, so I just killed my point. Although he makes a point.
You add a little butter to the boil? I can't ask him because this is not interactive. I can't talk to your iPad. But
Nathan!
Look, I'm familiar with the technique of actually adding a little margarine to your boil. But usually you don't use it if you're going to drain out the pasta. Usually it's just going to kind of defeat the mechanisms that are involved in cooking the pasta and make the pasta come out a little bit more slimy and a little less evenly cooked. So I don't recommend it. But if you're doing something where you cook down the water, yes, absolutely you'd add it.
But he makes a good point, which is that butter already is filled with salt.
It's not filled with salt to the extent that salt is filled with salt.
Good point. Question number 2. I think the idea of a nearly boiling water tap is neat.
Yeah.
Although, your banter while waiting for the pasta to boil is great, so I would lean towards no.
See, but what you may not realize is for almost all the episodes now, we don't actually sit through and let the water boil. It took about 12 minutes to get this water to boil while we were just sitting here talking.
There are episodes where the mac itself takes so long to cook.
Yeah.
There's plenty of time to banter.
Yeah, so we kind of did away with the watching water boil thing.
Aubrey Jenkins liked us on Facebook.
Oh, liked us on Facebook.
We have a page, Red
We
Cow
have a
Entertainment.
Facebook presence.
And she said, BoxMac is the most surprisingly interesting thing. Once again, like everybody's, a lot of backhanded compliments.
Yeah, like, oh, this is going to be stupid. Oh, I like it, though.
Like, why would it be stupid? Yeah. It's going to be funny because it's a stupid food. You see? Yeah. It's going to be funny.
What, you call Mac stupid?
Well, it is a little dumb. You yourself, I suggested we eat it for dinner tonight, and you were like, no, I want real things for dinner.
I want real food. That's okay.
Yeah, like fettuccine Alfredo. A dressed up mac and cheese. BoxMac is the most surprisingly interesting thing that has graced YouTube in a very long time. Like, to her, like, YouTube is like a real problem right now.
Yeah, there's a complete lack of content on YouTube. Nothing to watch.
Watched episode, now I have to go buy a box for myself. Keep doing the Lord's work, guys.
Yeah,
so
Lord's work.
I do hear that, you know, it makes people want to run out and go grab some. And, or they're on the opposite end of the spectrum and they look at us, they look at the Mac and they get grossed out.
Yeah, they don't want anything to do with this
and
lifestyle.
They insult us.
Yeah, I understand. I get it. But please, if you're gonna go buy Mac, buy 3 cheese. For goodness sake. Just don't buy any of these Macs we review. Just buy 3 cheese. All right? All right.
John?
Yeah.
We got a Twitter presence too.
I know. We have social media presences on Twitter, Instagram, right? We have an Instagram.
Yes.
We tried to have one on Reddit, but we got shadow banned.
They shadow banned us for self-promoting too much. So thank God for Mr. Piddle, or whatever his name is.
Yeah, whatever.
Grundle.
We've already forgotten his name because it's at the top of the iPad. And we, of course, we're on YouTube. Frankie, before you get into this, what's the point of Twitter?
You don't really know how Twitter works?
I get it, 140 characters, and you just say things.
The idea is that it's a
things.
feed of content.
Yeah.
Well, yes.
Like an RSS feed?
Well, no, there is no RSS feed anymore, really. That kind of went away on the internet. But the idea is you follow people that you want sort of quick, quippy updates from. So great for comedy, great for self-promotion.
This is what Facebook is, though. Facebook, you get those continuous stream updates. No?
Yeah, but there's not as much of an emphasis on things, on rich media, like videos and photos.
Oh, in Twitter?
Right.
Okay.
It's more like
text, 140, 140, 140.
In my observation, what keeps happening is, like, kids all colonize a social media, and then it gets a lot of features.
Yeah.
And then advertisers and parents show up.
Yep.
And then they leave. And the place they go to is some new site that has very few features.
Yes, like Instagram,
Right.
and then
right now they seem to all be on Instagram.
Instagram or Tumblr is
Because
still a big
Instagram
one.
makes such little sense that only idiot kids would ever do it.
Snapchat.
But I'm on there, and Red Account Entertainment. So Brady said, just discovered you guys today, and I am binging on all of your content. Truly high quality editing and personality. So more from that.
Thank you. Identifying the good editing.
At Big Mac Baby, who has a YouTube channel that's really popular called the BAM or BAM Lounge.
Okay.
He says, what's in Junt's cart needs a Blu-ray release.
Needs a Blu-ray release.
Now, anybody who knows Frankie Frayne knows that I like optical media.
He does.
And,
I like it too, but I don't buy it anymore.
And we have released all of our content, most of our content up to this point on Blu-ray and DVD.
No BoxMac has ever been on a Blu-ray.
That's true. We'll have to decide whether or not it's worth it, or if this is a weekly show, that's like putting like every episode of the Weather Channel on DVD or something.
Yes.
It might need to. Maybe we do a best of like they used to do for TGIF.
Yeah, but it's a Blu-ray. Can't you, isn't the whole point of Blu-ray you can put like 3 billion hours of crap on it?
I suppose.
Like YouTube is?
But I like to design the menus, and then it takes forever.
Yeah.
Maybe. He's got 330,000 subscribers on his YouTube
Holy
channel.
mother of mercy.
Might be a good time to mention that our subscriber count doubled.
Yeah, doubled.
Because of this
very
event.
Exciting. One little event. See how much difference you make. We get together on a Saturday night to do,
This.
BoxMac. Yeah.
So we have like almost 2,000 subscribers at this point. We talked about shirts. You can get them at redcowentertainment.com/BoxMac. You get
right.
this shirt in size. A lot of people thought we don't sell the bigger sizes.
I have one, so they clearly do.
If John can wear one, we've got them. We got them up to 4XL.
Yeah.
I had mentioned a guy earlier named Ben Chrysler.
Ben Chrysler. He's got a very commercial last name. It's like if I was Jonathan Kraft, which is actually a person.
Right?
Yeah.
He probably bought a shirt.
Yeah.
I got kind of like, I don't want to say psychotic emails from him,
Psychotic.
but let me just, subject, BoxMac merchandise.
All right.
After binge watching every episode of BoxMac on the YouTube, I took the effort to type in Red Cow Entertainment into my Bing search bar. So he's very, brand loyal.
Bing search bar.
Of one of those killer BoxMac shirts. Imagine my horror when there was no XXL shirts available. But there was all along. No shirts at all, wickety what?
Wait a minute. I saw in the Red Cow management system on the inventory control sheets that actually we didn't have any 2XL.
Not in stock, but they're available.
All right. Yeah, they just have some lead time, right?
14 days.
Yeah.
Not 30.
Let's be honest with the people about our inventory levels, Frankie.
I'm just saying.
But it was the option was certainly on the site. We don't block it out. It would just be a slight shipping delay.
What you got to understand is that I lose money on every single one of these.
I don't know why you just don't raise the price a little.
Well, because $30 is already a lot to ask for a shirt.
But look how nice it is.
It's a very nice shirt, actually.
Yeah, it's really
that's
nice.
Why we do it. First of all, we had to find these colors.
Yeah,
right?
because
and then it's a
it looks
four-color
like macaroni and cheese, people.
Yeah, you could eat this shirt.
I'm getting.
But
hungry.
we do have I know. But we do have another shirt design in the makings.
Yeah.
And we also have a bunch of hats coming.
Hats.
Flex fit hats.
Whoa.
With the logo on the front.
It's gonna be really exciting.
And a little red cow on the back.
That's awesome. They won't think the nipples are bleeding. They'll think the back of your head's bleeding.
That's right. What's with the left guy's head? I'm typing. You should sell those because I'd be a walking advertisement.
Yeah.
Of course, I live in Oregon, so you would always have to wonder if I was wearing it ironically like some hipster.
I don't really care if you wear it ironically or not.
Then he gives me his address and says, Albany is like Portland's cousin from Alabama. I don't think Alabama really gets irony. Anyways, now that I'm done shamelessly begging for a shirt, is that what you were doing?
Yeah, he was.
I should thank you guys for an entertaining evening. I went ahead and bought a copy of Abo the Hugh Monkey, our second feature film.
Yeah.
To help support you guys. Awesomely, I got Frankie's phone number with my purchase, because I just throw that phone number up online.
You just give that away,
I don't care. Bonus, since I am on the West Coast, my 4 a.m. drunk dial will be 7 a.m. your time. But at least I won't drunk dial you ironically. Also, I don't drink, so that makes the whole drunk driving thing hard. Best of luck in your endeavors. I hope you are wildly successful since I would love to live vicariously through your successes. Alexander Ben Chrysler. Has this gentleman picked a name?
Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. I mean, if you don't like your given one, you can pick a new one, right? I mean, some people call me Junt, and I don't like it at all.
So I told him, hey, that shirt tie's available.
Sure.
Thanks for the kind words.
Yeah.
He comes back with this. This is where things get weird.
Yeah.
Stop taking my money. A playful comment.
Sure. Very in jest.
Now stop talking to me and make more BoxMac.
All right.
I always wanted to make a series where a makeup artist made me look old, and then I would go sing wildly age-inappropriate songs like Bad Touch by the Bloodhound Gang or Alphabet Aerobics by Blackalicious.
Yeah.
So when you guys are a multi-million-dollar conglomerate, come hire me from my day job and put me to work.
I think Betty White did a show that was this, except they were actually old, right?
Right.
What was that show called? Off the Rockers. And she would do things like that. She would go, you know, out with...
So the core comedy concept is that an old person would normally not be so lewd?
Yes, that's exactly what the concept of that show was.
I think that's a little base.
Look, it was a little funny because Betty White's a class act, but...
I think Betty White's reached kind of a Bob Saget level of we get it.
Yeah, and she's I love you, Betty, but you're getting pretty old. You're pretty old.
Like real old.
She's well over 90.
All right,
Well.
and we've got to acknowledge this. People have been up my butt about this for a little while.
Yeah.
There was a kid a few weeks ago that got arrested for drunkenly demanding at a school cafeteria macaroni and cheese. And they were denying him service because of his drunkenness.
Sure.
And then he became a bully and became very violent.
Just give me some bacon, jalapeno, mac and cheese. I will. Hold on. Your hands behind your back.
Why you or I would have a unique viewpoint on this event.
Yeah, but people seem to think that we should comment because it's Mac related.
I think they want, I get sent any Mac news.
Yeah, anything at all now.
Yeah.
Well, that's your fate forever, Frankie.
I would say my only did you see the video?
No.
My comment on it would be, he was an ass.
Look, all you got to do, even drunk people can make BoxMac. Especially with an Easy Mac. With an Easy Mac, you can be pretty smashed, and you can still make macaroni and cheese.
In fact, I think it's really the food of drunk people.
It kind of is. I mean, if you're concerned about the stove, just get an Easy Mac. You're good.
Yeah. So your solution is like instead of bullying the food manager,
Yeah.
go home and make some BoxMac.
Yeah.
All right.
That's my solution.
I want to take a moment to. I'm going to play a few clips at the end of this of our old friend Coolduder.
Yeah.
Who submitted Macs, and we did episode 9, I think it was.
Sure.
He, in his very popular DVD shopping videos, he featured our shirt.
I was so happy about that.
And I'll play those clips.
Yep.
And then finally, we love fan art. We don't get enough of it, and we want more of it right away. EJ made a nice Remember Your Memories.
Oh, that was really cool.
Enjoy the Past.
Yeah.
He also did some beautiful pixel art.
Yes, that was
of you and I.
incredible.
Steve Trenholm did a normally, this is Aaron's uncle.
Yeah.
He does the dumbest shit, but this time he actually did something kind of funny.
Yeah.
There's a scene in Interstellar where Matthew McConaughey is emotionally watching a video of his daughter.
Yeah.
He's like real emotional, like over the top. And he made it so the video he's watching is the Halloween show.
That's so funny. I love it.
That's all for this After Hours episode that we have. We got a lot coming up.
Yeah.
We've got Macs you wouldn't buy. We've got Camping Macs.
Camping Macs.
Low-cost deluxes.
Yeah.
And we may, just may, have a big Christmas episode.
I love Christmas, so I'm really looking forward to that.
We're not going to do a Thanksgiving episode because, let's face it, Thanksgiving is kind of the intermission of the holidays.
Yeah. You can take it easy. You know, eat a lot of turkey. Have Mac on Thanksgiving.
I mean, I suppose people would be like, well, why not cut up turkey into Mac and try that?
We haven't done any
we get it.
inserting things into things Mac episodes.
Maybe we'll do it. Anything left for our fans?
Just that the water's still boiling, and we'll always keep water boiling here on BoxMac. Thanks, guys.
Good.
Is that too cheesy? No?
That was BoxMac After Hours. Now go back and catch the Party City episode of Junt's Cot, and a slightly longer video of Junt playing the BoxMac theme on the piano. Subscribe, comment, share, and like us on social media. Thank you.
But anyway, though, guys, too, check out the link below for a funny video. I sent these guys, they have this show that they do called, like, BoxMac Review, and they also do, like, videos going around to, like, little swap meets and book fairs and all kinds of weird places like that. They do these things, they review macaroni and cheese, this guy named Junt. So check out the video below. I sent them a bunch of macaroni. It's a really funny video. Subscribe to their channel, though. They do a lot of those kind of BoxMac reviews. They're very funny stuff. Today, you may be like, what is this shirt you're wearing? It stands stands out like a sore thumb. Well, I got a shirt from those guys, you know, the BoxMac. You know, I told you guys to check out the video last time. They actually sent me the shirt that they wear in the videos, you know, showing the macaroni and cheese videos. Because if you guys didn't see it, check out the link and check out their channel. They do like reviews of macaroni and cheeses and go to places and, you know, weird small fairs and book fairs and all kinds of stuff. But I wanted to wear this out. But I'm sure people are going to be looking at me like, "What are you wearing this kind of shirt? You're sticking out like a sore thumb." But, you know, I don't mind. I'm wearing it out. And it's funny walking around here with this loud shirt because you know me. I always wear like the one colored shirt. Always have the same stuff on. So I never really have anything that really stands out or has any logos or anything. So this is like one of the first times I think I've kind of done this. BoxMac. Macaroni.